Oh, it's Alex. And I appear to have a problem. Well, it's not a problem really. These P4s, they just keep turning up. This one turned up yesterday. It's called Benny, and it's owned by Aaron, and it's here for a couple of jobs. Now, I'm no bodywork specialist, but I said to him, I'll have a go at sorting this out, because his main concern is obviously that it's going rusty. So it's a nasty dent, really nasty, and you can't get behind it, which is annoying. But I said, I can see what I can do. It's not going to be perfect. And he said, that's okay, because the car's not perfect. He said, I just want the rust treated and want it to look a bit better. He had a lorry run into him. Thankfully, that's the only damage it done. But the door still opens and everything, so that's good. And then the big job that needs doing as well, if I get the key, unlock it. Benny's bum. Benny's got a very stiff boot. And it's been suffering terribly, look. Oh dear, the boot seal's failed miserably. It's really horrible. All the channeling is disgusting, and all this has suffered. But I had a quick poke around, and it seems solid. It's just a mess. So I think today I'm gonna get in there and get covered in rust, basically. Poor Benny. And sort this blimmin' hinges out. I don't like slamming the boot. There you go. So anyway, I've got to get Benny out of here, out the way, so I can open my garage door. Benny's got a really nice engine. It sounds sweet as anything. He reckons it starts perfectly from cold, so. I just took Benny round the estate for a little run around, and he drives lovely, really drives lovely. And it's quite funny because I forgot I had my microphone on me, so I could have just talked to you, because I reckon around here it probably would have still been connected to my camera. Look at that though. You're a lovely little thing, aren't you, eh? Smooth as silk. I still got the fast idle out a little bit. Very nice. I like the front end of this one. It's a ROVER 75, this one, by the way. Nice badge. The front end is just a lot cleaner. I like that. I like having that number plate plinth there, and it's smooth with these flat overriders compared to the later ones with the sort of bulbous overriders. Yeah. Right then, you can stay here, Benny, and I'm going to go and see to Paul's Rover, which is in the workshop. I don't know if Paul's Rover's got a name. Sometimes I like to give them a name. Oh gosh, Benny, made a right mess. I keep calling this one Kez because of the number plate, but I don't know. Oh, it smells nice in here. It smells a bit like bananas. It's probably my rotting banana in the bin. There you go. Yeah, we've got some gaskets to sort today. We've got gaskets on the air bath, new gaskets for the carb. We've got inlet valve cover gasket. We've got exhaust valve cover gasket. And we've got fuel filter seal as well. So lots of bits and bobs to replace on this. And then this pretty much can go back to its owner, go back to Paul. The only thing I'm waiting for, I've wired in hazards. And that's the first time I've wired in hazards before. And I thought I was being really, really clever and done a really good job. But there's one problem. Right? Well, there's two problems actually. One, when you put them on, this blooming red light doesn't want to light up because it's got a plastic shaft on it, whereas the original type one of these had a metal shaft, so it earthed the bulb. And this just hasn't got any way of like earthing the bulb. It's like there's a bit missing out the switch. But the hazards work. So yeah, I got the hazards to work. So I had the right flasher unit and I've wired it all in. Nice and easy. You can see the front's flashing over there as well. And I say, the problem is we haven't got a red light, which is annoying. But if we put that in, right, and put the ignition on, we indicate left. That's fine. We're indicating left. And if I indicate right, that's not what we wanted, was it? And the reason being, right, I thought I was being clever. Paul supplied this switch, and it's a two-prong switch, right? So I'm thinking, hang on, so wiring the hazards, we need to join up, basically, the left and the right indicators. If I join them up and put that on the switch on one side, and then the power on the other side, that means that when I indicate left, they're all coming on. So that's no good. So I thought I was being clever and I soldered on a third spade connector onto the back of the switch, which works. But because of that, the right hand indicator is the one that's soldered on the middle. And of course it backfeeds it, and so it puts power to it and puts the light on, which is annoying. So really, I either need to solder in a diode, a one-way diode, so it doesn't put the power back down the wire to this bulb, or get a 3-pin switch. So I've ordered both, and I think whichever comes the quickest, I'm going to try and see what happens. I mean, all it needs is the diode in the one side, and that will sort it out. So I just hope I've ordered the right diode. Ding, 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 ding. I like the satisfying click of the old style flasher unit. Of course it's got its own little speaker grill because I've mounted the flasher unit behind there. And this radio's just flopping about in here. I don't know how he had it held on, because it doesn't like to hold on very well. But I'll deal with that once we've addressed the flashing red light issue. Anyway, I'm blabbering on now. I better get on with some work. So I'm going to put the kettle on. That's work, isn't it? Put kettle on. I'll put my speaker on. So I'll have some music to myself, and then I'll let you know how I get on. Right, I'm just about to change the carb gaskets. I have got a gasket in there, but it's not the proper one. And also this gasket here on this side of the plate, that needs replacing. So I've got a nice couple of new gaskets. So while I've got it apart, I just wanted to, I always check, it's always worth checking, the vacuum advance. It is working, but I'll just show it you. How am I going to do this? Hang on. There we go, I've propped you in there. So if you can see me as well. Yeah, there we go. And that's a bit uncouth, but just grab the pipe and suck on it, basically, and see if it moves the distributor plate. There you go. Did you see it move? So basically, when you accelerate, it creates a vacuum, and it advances the timing, so it goes better. It's always worth checking when you've got things apart, especially if you've got an older distributor, just make sure the vacuum advance bit's working. I mean, this distributor's lovely and new, so I knew it was going to work, and it drives nice, so I knew there was no problem. But it's always good to check, because there could have been a hole in the pipe. It's not necessarily the actual mechanism, it's the pipe. But it's all good. So let's get these bolts out the carb. I just disconnect the accelerator linkage, disconnect the little spring, a return spring for the throttle that goes down there. I've got to take this fuel pipe off anyway, because I've got a new one, because this is kinked. I don't know if you better see. Let me take you in there. So I've got a nasty sort of kink here. I mean, see, there you go. You can see the kink, and then we got another kink here, and I don't like the look of it. So we got a nice new one we're going to fit on there. Also, this filter here I had off and cleaned the other day, and I noticed the rubber seal's a bit rubbish for the bowl, so we're going to replace that as well. And then it is just gaskets here, and the oil filter bowl here, and underneath, I think it is, yeah. Oh, there's remnants of a gasket there, so it's all broken. Yeah, we're going to replace those gaskets as well. Poor thing. And then I reckon, so I've got the hazard switch sorted out, this can go home. Woohoo! Oh, and another thing, I had it in for the boot. Can't really show you now because I've tidied it all up and I've put all the customer stuff back in. But I've treated a load of rust, just surface rust really. There was a hole, but it was quite near the filler neck, so I agreed with the customer that we just fiberglassed it for now. That'll do. And obviously I put rust killer on and stuff to help prevent it getting worse. But yeah, the boot under the mats and that is really tidy. I'll put photos at the end. Oh, sorry. I'll put photos at the end of the video so you can see what I've done in the boot. We've also had, since it's been in, we had the fan out and I serviced that because that was vibrating and making weird noises, but it seems to be fine now. Hopefully the customer's happy with that. I've had to put a cable tie around here because there was nothing there and it was just rattling a bit, so I put cable tie around there. But really it should have a nice big metal sort of hose clip really, one of these things, you know, but big. I haven't got any that size, so a cable tie will suffice. And yeah, that's all the excitement, but the customer needs to put some antifreeze in this because there is none. It's just water. That's no good for it. Lovely shiny servo and dynamometer. And I put a new fan belt on the other day as well. I've been a busy bee, what else? Oh yeah, I got the brake warning light to work, handbrake warning light to work. And we've got all the interior lights to work. She says that and it goes out. It's got a dodgy switch on this. Yeah, it's a shame. I've took it out a few times to try and clean it up, but dodgy switch. But there you are, that one works nice. It's always the driver's door that gets the dodgy switch, really, because it's the most used, isn't it? I must say I like his little tray. Very nifty. Right, I'm going to get on with some work. Music's going on. You do not need to use silicone sealant with the rocker cover gaskets. A new gasket will suffice. A hint for keeping gaskets in place while you fit them, just use a little bit of carpet glue just to sort of stick it on so it's in place. But yeah, we don't need silicone because it means I have to clean it all off. And bits and pieces get into the engine as well, where it globules through, you know? Not ideal. The side cover engine side plate on a P6 you have to use silicone. It's actually in the workshop manual, but not on the rocker cover gaskets. I got some nice new ones from John Waring's. Laura, I presume Laura sent them so fast. I ordered them Sunday night, so they got the email Monday morning, and I got them today's Tuesday morning. So that was basically 24-hour delivery, which is great. So thank you very much to John Waring's. Highly recommended for any Rover parts, but mainly P4. But they do other stuff as well. But yeah, oof, I've got to clean all this off. I mean, I didn't have to. I could have just left it all gooey, but then it would have leaked and that would have been rubbish, wouldn't it? Because I had to check the valve clearances. Had to be done, which I'm glad I did. Gross. Anyway, I'm going to carry on doing this. You don't need to watch. At least it's not welded on. I did have to give it a little whack with a hammer to get the thing off. Someone's got some music loud playing over there, so I hope that you can't hear it because I'll get copyrighted. But I was just going to show you. I'll put the rocker cover on the top now. It took ages to scrape all the bits out. Do you want to see them? I put them in a chip box. Had some chips the other day. There you go, look. Do you want some cheese with that? Yeah, I had to scrape all those bits off and be careful that they didn't go in the engine. So yes, again, gaskets supplied by John Waring, the correct gaskets with a hole. And one gasket goes there. And then there's the spacer plate here. That's got to go in there as well. Da-da-da-da. Pop. And then another gasket on there. Again, with the hole. Oh, Amy's coming. He's just cleaned my trolley. My friend Clive gave me this metal trolley. It still looks a bit dirty.
Ingrained dirt.
Ingrained, is it? Oh, well. Fair enough. Well, that'll do if I'm taking bits off of a car. Like the other day when I took the carbs off that P6, I could have put them on that trolley rather than putting them on the floor. So, yeah, that'll be handy. Wow. 3 holes in the ground. The gaskets are done, okay? Everything's pretty much done. All I've got to do is some diff oil seal that I forgot all about. Right, carbs all on. Nice new gaskets there. Nice new fuel pipe here. Look at that. Nice. With fuel filters been out and a new seal in there. Got the new gasket here. And I could not just leave that side cover all rusty. It was so rusty, like the exhaust. I hated it, so I just give it a quick blast of Hammerite satin black, but it won't last. It's not, it's not great. But I just couldn't leave it rusty. It didn't make me feel good. There we are, nice new gasket in there. That took some cleaning, and I've cleaned up the bottom of the engine a bit as well, because that was all oily and horrible. So you can see the original colour coming through there. So yeah, it's a bit cleaner, a bit nicer. A little bit ooh. So I'm going to start this up now and give it a run and do some tuning. So that's all done. Then all I need is the hazard switch scenario finished. And yeah, I've got to do the blooming diff oil seal on this. I forgot all about that. I've left the microphone here so you can hear it start up. side was still a bit too high, so let's just turn that down. Something like that, I reckon. Very good, very nice. Let it warm up. Take it for a run. This car scares me a little bit. Not in a bad way, just there's no seat belts, which is weird for me. And there's power steering, which is really light and strange when you're not used to it. So I'm just going to go for a little test drive now. I might have to bring it a can of fuel. It's down there empty. It's quite a pokey little car, this. When I mean pokey, I don't mean little. I mean it's got a lot of poke. So be careful. Did you see the hazard light flashing? Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I don't like this power steering. It's weird. I'm sure I'd get used to it, but... Yes. Airy fairy. Right, little car. Let's go. Ooh. It's like a rocket ship, this. Ooh. Oh, I don't like not having a seat belt. And this steering, what is this? I'm not used to that. There is some sort of dial under the dashboard, and I would imagine you can fiddle around with the lightness of the steering, but I'm not going to mess about with it because it's not my car. Oh, it's so quiet. What a lovely car. Especially now I've done the tappets. No tap, 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 tap. So all I'm doing is getting the engine up to temperature, which is nearly there. We're checking for any pinking, and then I'll check the mixture again. There's a little bit up here that's a bit, you know, we can put our foot down a little bit. You have to be careful around here. There's so many little bends and people come towards you. Right, this is where we listen for pinking. Nope, no pinking at all there. Beautiful. Because I did advance the timing a little bit. I find that with all the cars I've dealt with, if they're set by the timing light, it's all well and good. But when it comes to modern fuels, here we go, we can put our foot down here a bit. Modern fuels. Oh, yes. Oh, this car is so much happier. It's a little flying machine. Look at that, 50 miles an hour, happy as Larry. I mean, if I shut the window, I apologise if you were getting a load of wind noise. I mean, the engine's so quiet. You can't hear it. Last time I test drove it, it was quite a hot day, and I turned the heating off, but now I'm thinking, I think I'll put the heating back on. I'll tell you what, I may have slightly adjusted the steering box, because last time I took it out, it was very vague and it felt dangerous, but I've tweaked the steering box a bit now, so there's less free play, which is good, but it's still weird being a power steering. Sorry, I've got to be careful here because you can't really see what's coming from the left. There we go. God, when you go to pull away, it feels like it's going to wheel spin. God, that bloke in that transit van, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to see from there, but he must have been on crack because he was off his head. His eyes were popping out, his mouth was open. And it wasn't because he saw a lovely Rover. Oh, it's so weird, no seatbelts. Right, how's it going to pull up this hill? Here we go. It's a bit of an incline, this. No pinking, that's good. I do feel like this doesn't like hills that much. And I'm guessing because it's the 95, it's got the different diff. So, whereas Jessie will pull up a hill in 4th gear happily, my 100, this 95 feels like you've got to drop down a gear, and I guess that's because of the diff. You can see the hazard flashing. One bonus is the customer said it had black smoke because it was running too rich. Well, there's no smoke coming out the back at all now. Oh, so strange, power steering. I'm going to go and have a look at the mixture. Let's have a look. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, I can smell the paint on the on that cover, rocker cover. Let's see what the mixture's doing. Let's lift that pin up. Oh, that sounds quite happy. Maybe a little bit too lean. Let's richen it up a little bit. Well, I finished fiddling. Well, I think I might put the idle down too low. I don't know, that seems okay. There's no rev counter on this. Blimmin' weather. I am getting used to this power steering now, you know. It'll be weird driving Aaron's car because that's got no power steering. I bet that'll feel so heavy. Come on, up the hill. Yeah, it's weird. It's just geared differently, isn't it? Oh. Nice smear from the wipers. I can't remember which one's the squirty. I think it's that. Yeah. There we go. I'm just going down here to turn around and come back up this hill just to make sure it's performing well. And I think once I get back, I think I'll just pop the colour tune on and just see what the colour tune's doing. Be interesting to see. Right, if I pull here. Oh, I forget there's no blimmin' synchro. Sorry, car. Oh, look at this power steering business, isn't it nice? Epoxy rain. I can't get rid of that put. I'm not sure why it's doing that. No matter what I do, it doesn't make any difference. But it's super quiet, super smooth. It's just got that slight put. Me not know. I've done everything. The only thing I haven't done is replace the spark plugs. But I cleaned them. Oh well. Not as smooth as Benny. Right, colour tune. If you haven't seen colour tune before, it's a little device that screws in instead of the spark plug. And it's basically a spark plug that's got a glass window so you can see what the spark's doing. And you put this long stick on, attach to the HT lead. What you don't want to do when you start the engine is touch around here because you get electric shock. So don't be touching anything, will you? It's getting all wet in here now. Right. Click room. Yeah, the idle's quite low. I think I'll maybe put the idle up a bit. Let's just pop the idle up a little bit. Idle's up. Right, can we see? Oh, that says way too rich. Okay. We don't want to be Richie McRich. Let's lean it off a bit. I thought it might be a bit too rich, to be honest. Let's just go 1/4 of a turn. Well, that's better, but still flashing orange. We need to get it to a blue colour. So that's 1/2 a turn from where it was. Always give it a little rev after any adjustments. Ah, look. That's much better. Yeah. I think we're about there. Because it's meant to be like a blue colour. I think I'll richen it a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's good. You can see there's a blue tinge to it, you see, and that's what we're looking for. There's still something not right, I can't put my finger on it. Just a little fut. I wonder if it's worth sticking another set of plugs in. I don't know, I can't think of anything else. It's got electronic ignition. Everything looks healthy in there. Everything looks new. According to this, the mixture's right now. And timing's as good as it's going to get. If I move the time in advanced or retard, it sounds exactly the same. So it's not timing. It's almost like it's sucking air in somewhere it shouldn't do, but I mean, all these gaskets are new here. So there's nothing else really that could be an issue here. I'm in my hallway. I completely forgot to say goodbye or do an ending to the video, so here I am at home in my hallway. Thanks for watching. Bye.